Inflation. It's a word that strikes fear into the hearts of consumers and the wallets of, well, everyone. We've all seen prices creep up at the grocery store, making us question if that extra avocado is really worth it. But what about hyperinflation? That's a whole different beast. Imagine this. You walk into a store with a wheelbarrow full of cash, enough to make it rain on a Tuesday. But guess what? It's only enough to buy a loaf of bread. That's hyperinflation, folks. It's not just prices going up. Its price is skyrocketing faster than a SpaceX rocket. Think of general inflation as a slight fever. You pop a Tylenol and you're good to go. Hyperinflation, that's like your body spontaneously combusting. It's a rapid, excessive, and out-of-control increase in prices that can cripple an entire economy. We're talking monthly inflation rates of 50% or more. It's not pretty. So, while we all feel the pinch of inflation, hyperinflation is a whole different ballgame. It's a terrifying economic phenomenon that can leave entire nations in ruins. Remember the good old days when things were, affordable? Yeah, me neither. The past few years have been a wild ride for the global economy, with inflation rearing its ugly head like a particularly persistent telemarketer. In 2021, global inflation hit 4.66%. Not great, but hey, we've seen worse, right? Wrong. By 2024, inflation had soared to 5.76%, the highest it's been since 1996. It's enough to make you want to bury your savings in the backyard and become a survivalist. So, what's fueling this global inferno of inflation? Well, it's a perfect storm of factors. First, we've got supply chain disruptions caused by everything from the COVID-19 pandemic to the Suez Canal blockage. It's like the world's logistics department went on a collective coffee break. Then there's the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, which has thrown a wrench into global energy and commodity markets. And let's not forget about the elephant in the room, good old-fashioned corporate greed. Some companies have been using inflation as an excuse to jack up prices and line their pockets. Nice try, guys. The bottom line is that the global economy is facing some serious challenges, and inflation is one of the biggest. While the world grapples with this economic rollercoaster, India finds itself in a peculiar position. Despite the global surge in inflation, India hasn't quite gone full hyperinflation supernova. Don't get me wrong, things are definitely getting pricier in the land of spices and Bollywood, but we're not talking wheelbarrows of cash for a loaf of naan just yet. So, what's India's secret sauce? Well, it's a combination of factors. First, India has a relatively diversified economy, with a good mix of agriculture, manufacturing, and services. This helps to cushion the blow when one sector takes a hit. Second, India has a strong central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, which has been proactive in managing inflation. They've been raising interest rates and taking other measures to keep prices in check. Think of them as the economic firefighters, trying to douse the flames before they engulf the entire house. However, it's not all sunshine and samosas in India. The country still faces significant economic challenges, including poverty, inequality, and unemployment. And the global inflation storm is far from over, with the potential to impact India in the future. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or should I say, the dragon, bear, and springbok in the room. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are shaking things up in the global economy with their proposed new reserve currency. They're calling it the unit, and it's backed by something a little shinier than your average IOU gold. This move is partly a reaction to the US dollar's dominance and the often unpredictable policies of the United States. It's like the BRICS nations are saying, we're tired of playing by your rules, we're making our own sandbox. For India, the BRICS currency could be a game changer. It could make trade with other BRICS nations smoother and less reliant on the US dollar. Plus, it could give India more clout on the global economic stage. Of course, there are also potential downsides. The success of the BRICS currency is far from guaranteed, and it could take years to gain widespread adoption. So, will India succumb to the siren song of hyperinflation? It's impossible to say for sure. The global economy is a complex and constantly evolving beast. However, By diversifying its economy, strengthening its institutions, and exploring new opportunities like the BRICS currency, India can navigate these turbulent waters and emerge stronger on the other side. At least, that's the hope. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go bury my life savings in gold, just in case.